Hey there everyone! Big news! Starlost is going to Momocon. That's right, from May 25th to May 28th you can catch us in Atlanta, Georgia, and on Saturday, May 27th at 1 p.m, you can catch our panel Around the Table, running the TTRPG, where we'll pull from our experience running this show to teach you how to DM, world build, roleplay, and just overall create an enjoyable TTRPG experience. Again, that's Saturday, May 27th at 1 p.m. in panel room 301. You can see it right there. Yeah, you got it? Got it? Good. But for now, buckle in and enjoy the rest of the episode.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Starlost Seas. I'm Cryolane, I'm the DM. There's my party. My camera was flipped, so now you're that way?
There's only 4 of us now.
That way? No one help me.
Alright,
no one knows anymore. They're in whatever direction they are, unless you're listening to this via podcast format, in which case you have no idea what I'm talking about.
But Spotify has video podcast now.
You know, okay, fair enough. Anyways, last time on Starlost Seas, we had a very chill session until the last 10 minutes.
Nothing happened.
Until the last 10 minutes. For us, there was one long session that was split into 2 episodes. Sorry to spoil it for those of you who like the movie magic. But so I'm going to go over what to the audience was the last 2 sessions. But to us was just last time. So last time, we had our week-long time skip up until the coronation. Lotus spoke to Maya every night, got various bits of information from her. Everyone else sort of milled around the castle. Everyone kind of reeling from the loss of Mara. Not sure what to do about everything. Not really talking it over too much with one another. In fact, Lotus, the most talkable one of the group, just tried to avoid people for almost the entire week. Until eventually she sat down and had a conversation with Kaeda about what had happened while Mara, Pietro, and Kaeda had headed up north and found out some information about how they went north, found an astral path, a strange ancient teleporter that took them to Estelgron, the city of the Star Elves, where they learned some more information about the Starlost versions of themselves, as well as Mara learned his method of eventually unbinding and defeating Drayden and Noxus. And with that knowledge, Lotus sort of sat on it and decided to return to the castle where everyone else was going about what had become their daily habits. Delilah spending time in the library with Alina, the twins practicing various magic and combat, Hush trying his very best to float, and Twink being Twink. Twink was working in the Artificers Guild mostly. They encountered a strange creature called the Gunch, a weird green little dog gremlin creature that is just sort of a force of nature that lives in the castle of Ubua, and if encountered, you should avoid it at all costs, because it will eat you. After some shenanigans with the Gunch, because of course, the party sat down for a very nice meal. Oh, one other good moment. Delilah flew out the Wayberries to the farm of that family who the group had found passed away, and returned the pendant from the woman to her brother, Owen's Wayberries, and he promised them a place if the Finest ever needed to return to Ubua and had to stop somewhere. Said they could always come by the Wayberries. Twink finally got Petron his arm back. They both learned that Delilah, while not liking kids, also donates a lot of money and resources to the orphanage for the city of Fort Dawn. Something that she was not very pleased about Twink specifically finding out. I'm sure that won't come back at all. Definitely not to bite her in that face. The face inspires confidence. And then, after everything was settled and they all had food, Hickory went up first to Delilah to receive the reward that the entire group had been promised. And while sitting and discussing, Hickory informed Delilah of the existence of Agrahil, the entity that seemed to live inside Hush's head. And Delilah and Hickory planned on later that evening going inside of Hush's head and getting whatever Agrahil was out. And then after a brief legend lore, they discovered Agrahil was an aboleth, an ancient being that existed before time, an aberration that wants the undoing of the universe so that everything can return back to the primordial darkness. So, great times. Delilah then also offered Hickory and Doc the opportunity to become two separate people again, using the same kind of simulacra magic Delilah uses to make multiple versions of herself. She proposed the idea that she make one for the twins, which one of them would then occupy. However, that simulacra would be ineffective in combat, as the magic she uses to make hers sturdier, she would not extend to the twin. The rest of the group arrived and all asked for their various favors. Lotus asked to try and find Raiden, and through some lovely magic potion brewing of Delilah, she was given a moment to astral project, where she saw Raiden in Dragonlost in a similar location as to last time. And while Lotus tried to take in the area nearby, Raiden was visited by none other than Starlost Lotus. And before Lotus could gather more information, she was pulled out of the astral projection for fear of drowning in the potion. Twink got a similar reward in the sense that they were shown Archibald, who has been put through the ringer. Injured, tortured, shaven head, locked away somewhere under the mountains of Ravenloft, recognized by the stonework. Everybody assumed they were somewhere near the Aeon engine. Dolus got the chance to speak to Kaeli, who confirmed that he is somehow becoming genie-esque, and that she does know why and how, but refused to explain any further, and instructed him to stay away from Dragonlost and the elemental plane of air, as Starlost Lotus and the Starlost cult have been attacking the archipelago and the various portals to the elemental plane, and had made multiple attempts on the lives of several high-end individuals, including her. Dolus firmly denied that, and said that no matter what Kaeli told him, he was coming because he was Kaeli's champion. Then, the group decided to try and communicate with Fairmont, since he was the one looking for the Aeon engine, and they now knew that Archibald was probably near it. They caught him as he was spying on someone, who they were not sure for what purpose. He couldn't really say at the moment because sending has word limits, and he was also literally doing a Metal Gear Solid hiding behind a crate kind of moment. Twink, using the scrying mirror and help from Delilah, teleported to Fairmont, and before listening to any of his protests, pulled him back with them to the city of Fort Dawn so that they could talk to him in person. And then, as everybody was taking a moment to rest from that, Delilah offered the last reward to Hush, offering to bring his mother back, to which he denied, having said that she was long gone, and that he just wanted to float. So she asked him to cover his ears and close his eyes, and as soon as he did, she informed the entire group what she was going to do, ripping Agrahil out of his head. And then she tried, and Agrahil proved to be too much for her, leaving Hush's body and possessing Delilah. Agrahil then revealed that Hush, as you all had known him, wasn't a real person. He was an echo of a fake personality that Agrahil had made using memories of Hush so that he could pretend to be Hush while he walked around, learned more about the modern world, and eventually found a more suitable vessel. Now that he had left the body, Hush only had a few days before his not full existence led to him properly perishing. And now, with the power of Delilah, Agrahil was very strong, but before anything could really be done about it, Hickory, for the first time ever, successfully used her divine intervention, turning back the clock about a minute and a half and shouting to Delilah in front of everyone not to proceed with the Agrahil hush situation because Agrahil was intending to possess her. When Hickory returned to the present, things had changed for the last minute and a half. Agrahil, having been outed and backed into a corner, lashed out, destroyed a large chunk of Delilah's study, and Delilah and him had engaged in combat. The rest of you watched as she prepared to disintegrate Agrahil in the body you knew as Hush. But a brief moment of hesitation from some sad words spoken in that young voice gave Agrahil the opportunity to possess her again. And Twink used an obsidian die to prevent it, giving Delilah just enough time to disintegrate the aboleth-possessed body, leaving all of you standing in the courtyard with burning chunks of study around you, soldiers rushing to put the fire out, Matthias very confused, and Delilah staring at her now empty hand with nothing more than a few ashes in her palm. And we're going to pick up a few minutes later with all of the fires out and all of you set to the side of the courtyard. Everyone sort of rushed you out of the way in the shock of the moment while they were dealing with the issue. Matthias and Delilah started talking. 2 other Delilahs appeared and started repairing her study quickly, all of them sort of looking a little vacant as they did so. Now is probably the first moment that people aren't screaming around you about putting fires out and double checking this and triple checking that. So this is the first moment now in this early evening that you can sort of breathe. The sun went down not too long ago, so it is nighttime properly. The stars are out. It's getting a little cold, and you are all just sort of reeling in this moment. Is there anything the 4 of you would like to do?
What do we do? I mean, in one way it's for the best because Delilah doesn't end up possessed by that, but what do we do?
How did you know that, Hickory?
I was there. It happened. I didn't want it to happen. I knew where to go back. I knew what I had to stop. So I went back.
We need to know everything that happened the first time.
The first time it happened. Go ahead.
We can just meanwhile that you tell them what occurred the first time with the initial possession, Agralila's whole long rant and explanation, the villainous, monologue that explains the whole thing, and you get everybody caught up.
And he said that Hush would just fall away without him.
God, I knew something was weird. Just didn't think anything of it.
So, Hush was never Hush. He was just
fragments
Agra.
held
He
together.
was just Agrahil, yeah. Pretending to be someone.
Unfortunately, he's a real good actor. I'm sure there were parts that were Hush, but it was just information.
From another person.
Yeah.
It was a copy, an imitation. Which also means that Hush wouldn't have a soul to bring back to a body.
If we even tried to bring him back, we'd just bring back Agrahil.
Not necessarily.
What do you mean?
Delilah was going to wish Hush's mother back.
Dolus, the point is, yes, we could wish Hush back, but there is no Hush.
No, Ruckus was a boy who lived long ago. There is a soul somewhere out there, and there are memories.
Then we
somewhere.
bring back a boy who died 1,000 years ago.
With no family in a world they don't recognize.
That wouldn't be Hush.
It wouldn't be Hush. Would be bringing a boy back to be alone forever. Or at least feel that way.
The wish spell can do anything.
No. I mean, it can, but it can also fail to do things that are too complicated.
But hypothetically, Delilah could wish a Hush into existence. The boy that we knew without Agrahil.
And hypothetically, Dolus, it could fail and Agrahil could come back. With Hush.
No, what?
Yes, it can. It can fail. That's how a wish spell works, Dolus. It doesn't always happen the way you want it to happen.
No.
We can ask Delilah herself if you want another answer, but she'll tell you the same thing. There's a chance, yes, we could. There's also a chance that we bring Agrahil back instead.
We have to be willing to accept that risk if we're going to take any step forwards toward it.
No, I mean, even then, if you bring Hush back with Agrahil, then there is still no Hush. No matter what, the person we knew does not come back. Sure, we could bring back that boy. He doesn't know us. He has no family. He doesn't know what's happened. He doesn't recognize this world. I don't want to put him through that.
Our main shot, because Hush, his body, didn't just fall over when Agrahil left. There was still a Hush. He was just unstable. He couldn't remember anything that had happened before. He was with Agrahil, but he knew us. Whether there was a soul intact or if it was just a body that was going to degrade with echoes of memory. There was a Hush And there's a chance, and Twink, I know that you're right. I know that we could bring something back that isn't what he is, what we want.
I think the bigger concern is, what if what we want to happen doesn't happen, and we have to watch him die slowly over the next few days? Is that worth it?
Then we have a backup plan. Delilah offered me a simulacra. If his body is going to die, we use wish to generate the soul, simulacra to generate the body.
We don't know whether his body was dying or if he would forget things slowly over time and just cease existing. And then even on top of that, would we want a Hush who couldn't remember his own mother?
If we're specific enough, maybe we can get the best of both worlds. I know, complicated. Hush, or Twink. I know. And she kind of looks at Lotus, who I assume just looks like an absolute travesty right now. Twink. I didn't get to know your friend when he went. And I got to know Mara, and I wish that we could bring him back, but he chose that. Hush didn't get to choose.
I don't think we should do anything rash or reckless before we talk to Delilah and others and get more input on the subject, but...
We'd have to talk to Delilah anyway, it's the only way.
I just need it to be known. I don't think this is worth it. I don't think it's worth watching someone die again or having someone live a life that they don't remember. Not being able to trust themselves. I don't know. But if you guys are willing to live with it, we have to at least talk to Delilah.
I think it's at least worth making the argument. Talking to Delilah, and if she deems it unworthy, we let it go.
She's gonna deem it worthy.
Then you present the same argument to her.
She's already knows all the facts.
Then I guess we'll see. And Hickory takes one last moment and just kind of shuffles over to Lotus a little bit and doesn't wrap an arm around her or anything, but it's just like close, and you know, that kind of like proximity to where it's just like, you know, somebody's there. And that she's just, that's where she's gonna lead the conversation until we can talk to Delilah.
Okay. So, you guys sit and wait. Amidst everything. Lotus, can you do a perception check? Because your perception is so stinking high.
27.
Yeah, I figured. It's not like a passive thing you notice because you're very shell-shocked. But as you're sitting there between Hickory and Dolus and like glance slightly to one direction, you see up on the walkway that you guys had seen earlier that Twink had his run-in with the gunch on Alina, just kind of like looking down at all of the goings-ons. And then she doesn't make a move, so just something that you would notice with your senses.
I'll kind of just very gently Like, not even tap Dulles. I just put my hand on like his thigh to get his attention. Just like, Elena's up there. She's probably really confused about what happened.
I'll look up. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. No. Just. I'll look to Lotus with just a knowing look, nod. And then I'll sort of slowly, kind of shakily start heading over. I'll start walking and then floating up.
You float up, and like Alina just kind of takes a step back for you to land, but doesn't look away from everything going on.
I, I, Hush is gone.
Was it the Starlost? Was it?
It was him. He was Agrahil. All along. He tried to take over Delilah, and she didn't let that happen.
Doesn't make. That doesn't make any sense. He was just a little kid who liked butterscotch.
I know. He was his memory, his image, visage was used by Agrahil. He didn't get a choice.
Are you all just gonna keep dying one after the other? Because I can't.
I'll step forward and I'll pull her into a hug. Don't worry. We're not going anywhere.
The two of you just sit there. Delilah, after a few minutes, the one who was talking with Matthias, comes over. Looks at all of you and just... Right. Fucking Downers Club. Sitting on the fountain.
Not much else we can do.
There's not much to do tonight either. Burnt every high-level spell I had fighting that damn thing.
Is it possible to bring him back?
For me, anything is possible.
But do you think it's wise?
At least you're asking the right questions. I don't know. There's a lot I don't know. I didn't know you could fucking time travel until you did it.
Neither did I.
He was right there the whole time. Even... I should have known as soon as I couldn't talk to him. It's not that I couldn't talk to him. We were talking to each other just fine, apparently. One of us just wasn't responding. I don't know. It's a lot. There's nothing we can do about it tonight. No matter how much any of us want to. None of you are strong enough and I'm spent. So... we all just have to sleep on this one. I mean, except for, like, several of me that are going to be researching all night, but... yeah.
I'm sorry
Rest.
you had to do that. I'm sorry you had to do that.
Don't apologize. Don't give me apologies or thanks or anything. Don't.
Right.
It'll get fixed. I can fix anything. For now, I'll just have to go back to your rooms. Some rest. No reason to stay up, be a mess all night.
I'll be fine. I can help.
No. Go to bed, Twink.
I think it best we have somebody to bounce ideas off of.
I got a dozen of me.
It's the same person. Same thoughts.
I'm good company. For now, go to bed. Besides, all your guilt and mourning would just stink up the room.
Mine wouldn't.
I don't need two of us. Sleep. I'll be fine. Or better yet, do some other prep work of your own. God knows, even if we undo all of that, whatever comes next isn't going to be easy. Not to mention, on top of the war and the, Starloss bringing about the end of the world, it's great. It's a great way to spend my time. I'm gonna go have dinner with my wife and then work on bringing back a dead kid, and then she just, like, none of that crystalline aspect you normally see in, like, the dramatic show of walking into a warp in reality. Delilah just sort of fizzles for a second and then is gone. The soldiers are mostly cleared up, and Matthias walks over and just...
Are you all going to be all right?
Yeah.
If you need anything, whole castle at your service. I'll wake any servants up that need to be woken up.
I think we'll be okay.
Reaches out and he puts a hand on Lotus's shoulder, specifically, and just...
Seems far too often that I am left to help you mourn, my friends.
Have a good night.
He walks away.
Let's head back to our room.
Yeah. And that we do.
All right. You guys return to your suite, your little wing of the castle that's been designated for you. Lena and Delilah make their way. Everybody just go into their bedrooms. Alina gets one last really long hug from you, Dolus, before you split off to your separate rooms.
I'll climb into Dolus's bed.
Oh, okay. Oh, never mind.
Both of you just right about to do it. The birds do a little nest. Wow. And then he just kind of lets the exhaustion, the emotional exhaustion, hit them at some point. I imagine everyone feels like they're going to stay awake for a while, but with the weight of everything, I'll just fall asleep after a time. Some of you after thinking, some of you after trying little things here and there, but you all fall asleep. In your dream, all of you see a dark cavern. You are standing on air as if it were ground, looking out. This chasm is massive. For those of you who went into the temple and saw the Leviathan, it is the same scale, almost the same general shape to those giant skyscraper-sized pillars out in the darkness on the edge of your vision, water beneath you. And in the center of it all, a massive chunk of orange amber. Within it, you can see a darkness stirring and twisting, writhing tentacles, a mass that is familiar and alien. And then you blink, and the dream changes. You are standing across from Hush, looking at you. And you blink, and you are standing across from Archibald, looking at you. And then I would like everyone to make a wisdom check. Not a save, just a check.
$17.
30-20.
30-20?
22.
2?
Hey, Cryo.
Yeah.
Could
Can
I
you
use
use
my
a lucky point in
inspiration?
your dream? Or could you use your inspiration? Yes, you can!
Because I rolled a natural 1.
I thought you were going to ask for a lucky point, and I was going to be like, no.
The winds can't change your dream.
The winds do not reach you here.
Oh, that went from a 1 to a 19.
There you
22.
go.
Thank you, Alina.
Woo! The four of you, all of you, suddenly feel the presence of each other. And where it was just you all sharing this same sort of vision with each other in this dream, you sort of glance at each other. And you see one another almost like wraiths, these sort of semi-transparent versions. I say 4, but it's more appropriate for me to say 5. Because Hickory and Doc are both visible to all of you. But there is another presence, a dark, leering thing. Not that alien sensation you felt down in that amber. It is painfully familiar sensation, like when you start a dream and you know it's going to be a nightmare, but there is nothing your conscious brain can do to stop it. And you all look around and you hear quiet hum. A voice that is painfully familiar. But before any of you can place it or say anything, as you are left here in this dark dream, you all wake up with a long rest. Yeah.
Which one?
Oh, yes, which are you? That's a good question.
It's important.
Yeah. Hickory again.
All right. Probably for the best.
Here's a question that I have learned to ask from you.
Yeah.
Do we all wake up at the same time?
You do all wake up at the same time.
The exact same time?
The exact same time. The only ones who would notice immediately, obviously, are Lotus and Dolus.
Yeah.
But everyone wakes up at the exact same time.
Hickory's just kind of straight to business. She gets dressed, she gets her armor on. She's probably just going straight to Delilah's quarters.
All right. Twink, what about you?
Yeah, just normal shit. I wouldn't.
Normal speed of getting on, getting dressed?
Yeah, nothing. Yeah, no, I wouldn't react in any way or just normal day.
Okay. All right. And the birds?
Lotus is continuing to lay in bed, and she has like a death grip on your shirt, Dallas.
You all right?
Kind of don't want to face the day.
That's understandable.
What if it doesn't work?
It'll work.
I hope so.
Yeah. Krya, you said we would notice that we woke up at the same time?
Oh, yeah, the birds would notice that you both woke up at the exact same time.
Lotus, did you have a strange dream by any chance?
Yeah. I saw Hush and Archibald. And like a big, like, cave kind of thing.
Okay. Well, Yeah, no, I had the same dream.
Oh, that bodes well.
Yeah. Something we can discuss with the others after the fact. For now, I'm sure they're gonna be waiting for us.
Yeah.
If it ever gets too much, facing the day, let me know, and I can take you into the ring.
Okay.
Okay. Hey. I'll put a hand on her head. It'll be okay.
I hope so. There's so many things going on.
Yeah. So much. And then I'll start getting ready and then head over to Delilah's office.
Hickory, you'd be the first, obviously, to get up and get out. As you're walking through into your little common room that you all share, there are guards now. There are a few guards posted around. The idea that Matthias probably stocked up to make sure you guys were okay in the night.
Hickory kind of gives him a cursory glance, a nod, but not really slowing down.
Mm-hmm. And so, almost just as Hickory goes out the door, Twink, you're out to get food. There's food already set up on the table, as has become sort of customary for the last few days. There are guards now, which you notice as well.
Who the fuck are you guys?
Here to make sure no one disturbs you.
It's pretty disturbing to walk out and see people just standing in the room.
We stand outside the room, if you'd like.
Yeah, I think we're good in here.
Of course,
Appreciate it.
call if you need anything.
So, 4 guards, all of them walk out the door. They stand out in the hallway. Then Lotus and Dolus walk out not too long after you, Twink, as you're eating breakfast.
There's 4 guards outside, don't be alarmed.
Oh,
They were inside, I made them go outside.
okay, that is better than being on the inside.
Oh,
Were they there like all night?
I don't know.
Oh,
Probably.
I don't know if I like that or not. I'm gonna make her way over. What's for breakfast?
Food. Cryo, what's for breakfast?
Oatmeal, pancakes, a lot of sausage and bacon. There's some sort of slop that you don't really recognize.
There's this slop.
What is it?
I don't know, it's pretty good though.
I'll try some. I don't like how you're looking at me.
I'm just observing.
If you have to observe with wide eyes,
I might miss something.
I don't. I feel like you haven't actually eaten this yet, and you're just trying to say that it tastes good so that I can taste it.
Are you asking? Is that a question or are you stating something?
It's like a half question, half statement. Do you
Maybe.
want some?
Maybe.
Okay. It's not poisoned, right? Wait, I'd be fine if it's poisoned. I'll eat some.
You eat some. This slop is actually really, really good.
So either you were saying the truth by saying that it tastes good, or you were lying that it tasted good because you haven't eaten it yet. You should try. You should try some.
I've already had some.
You should try some more.
I am very small. I don't need to eat anymore.
Oh, okay. More for me.
Alright. I guess we'll assume Dolus is just chilling during this time period. If he goes to check on Alina's door, he discovers that Alina has already left.
We all heard it. We're witnesses.
True. You are all witness to this. You guys are gonna have breakfast just fine. No one's gonna interrupt you or bother you in any way. Okay. Put those headphones on. Put them on so I can talk to you. Let's go. Go faster. I want to talk to you. Come on. Okay. Alright, you're good. I was just saying that you guys are just having breakfast. There was some slop. Lotus tried. It was good. If you check on Alina, she has already left.
Left where?
You don't know.
Okay.
You check in her room and she's not there.
Okay.
Okay.
You said already, and so I'm like, am I supposed to know where she's going?
Yeah, I apologize. Hickory.
Yep.
You walk up those wonky stairs to Delilah's study. You feel a draft, which you're like, that's weird. As you come up, door's normal, but it's a lot more lit around the edges than you expect, and you're like, this is weird. And you knock on the door, and it swings open magically, as Delilah cannot be bothered to open a door herself.
Yeah.
You know when you buy like a Lego set of a building, but to keep it interesting, they make it so the building can like pop out and open up and like unfold so you can see everything that's inside of it. Delilah has done that to her study.
Oh.
As you walk out, the top has been like folded open, walls are like floating off a few feet, and some have like wrapped around each other the way like shutters close when they're wrapped up. And so she still has a bunch of like books and shelves still accessible and a few various things here and there, but it is just like deconstructed magically floating around. The floor has been cleared, and there is currently two Delilahs, one at her desk writing something, and another who is instructing Alina, who is there ahead of you, in drawing this big runic pattern on the floor.
Morning.
It's just you. Why is it just you? Why do you keep coming early?
Guilt?
The last time you came early, I disintegrated Hush. Just stop being early to places.
Yeah, that's fair. I wanted to come and see if you needed help. We got rest, so now I'm here.
You and your whole group wanting to help. At least this one's a proper wizard who knows how to do research. I mean, it's like... You can tell she's really conflicted between like, I mean, yeah, I am. Thank you, Delilah. And like, this is a really sad day. I shouldn't be super jazzed to hear that. And then Delilah's just like, I'm fine, really. Wanted you all to just rest.
I'm rested.
Although, I guess if you really want to help her, you can take, as she like snaps her fingers, and a cabinet that's floating like 20 feet away over the courtyard opens up, and a bunch of like metal lanterns come out from it. And she's like, you can set these up at 4 corners of this.
Okay. And yeah, she just goes straight to it.
Yeah. Between the two Delilah's reading, instructing you, and Alina, you set up this big, full runic circle of a language that you don't recognize.
Dang it. Couldn't have been
Sorry.
Celestial. Son of a bitch.
That's rough, buddy.
Oh well.
So, the rest of you, I assume, unless you're lollygagging in some manner, are also going to come up to the study once you're done with breakfast? Alright, cool. So yeah. You all... Same thing, you come up there, there's a draft, you knock on the door, it swings open, and you come upon this, like, deconstructed room with walls floating away from each other. The ceiling opened up and, like, gone, and Alina and Hickory watching as Delilah's, like, putting the last few marks on the runic circle herself.
It looks
Hickory,
like a
you were
decision
told-
was made.
You and Alina... Oh, I mean, regardless of the decision that's made, I'd probably need this shite. It's a channeling circle. A little more general than I'd like it to be, but it's fine. You can fix that if need be. Watch this. The area of the floor that you were working on, this like circular chunk in the middle of her office that's normally covered up by a rug, she moves her hand, almost like Doctor Strange with the hand rotate. And you watch like circular parts of the floor separate from each other and spin. She essentially made like a dial scope runic pattern she could change on this. Like, got 5 or 6 different setups based on what we decide. Everyone sleep well? Everyone good? Alright, no, that's a dumb question. Dumb question on my part, that's fine. So, what do you all decide that you want to do? We'll ask first.
Well, I don't speak for everybody else, but I want my friend back. Without
Big Bird?
Agriel.
My suggestion was wishing him back. Wishing for Hush, the boy that we knew, to be here and to be able to exist without Agrahil.
Alright. Twink, I feel like I already know the answer to this one.
As much as I want him back, I just can't see the value in what could possibly happen to him.
Time girl.
We bring back Hush. Healthy. Independent of Agrahil. With memories of before and after intact.
Well. Sorry, Twink, but I was going to bring him back anyways.
Yep, I know.
Who am I kidding? I'm not sorry. Real question is how? Because if I can try and bring Hush back with all of his memories, completely free of Agrahil, remembering all of you and his time before, healthy and independent, but it's going to be difficult. The Hush you knew and the Hush as he was were completely different. We don't even know if the memories he shared with you were real, just things Agrahil made up or misremembered, fabricated. Maybe Hush's mom was a redhead and not a blonde. Maybe he lived on the plains and not in the mountains. Just a million little variations. Not to mention the fact that aboleths are from before time, and while their bodies are now stuck in reality like everything else, their minds are fluid. Something like Agrahil is hard to shake off. Case in point, I, one of the strongest, nay, the strongest morsel on the entire planet, managed to get myself possessed. Granted, it was a simulacra of me, not me proper, but dangerous to underestimate that sort of thing.
What do you suggest then?
The way I see it, there are two very good options. Option one, bring back Raucous, bring back Hush before we knew Hush, before he woke up. It would be Agrahil free, but it also wouldn't remember anything afterwards. You all would sort of get your friend back, whatever he was, but it's like Twink has said. He wouldn't be the person you knew, really. Sure, he'd be alive and happy and healthy, but I don't know if he'd actually be happy. As far as he was aware, he died in Amber 1,000 years ago. But that's the guaranteed no Agrahil route. Other option is to bring back that echo that existed after Agrahil left him. Probably be living on borrowed time, and keeping him alive would be the next problem. But we have a Hush, as you all know. I've done some thought into ways we could make him, less on the countdown towards death. All of them are options I'm sure you're going to love greatly.
And those are?
I can't slap him in a simulacra. He's not a proper being. Even whatever he is, if I pulled it out and put it in a simulacra, he'd still be incomplete. He'd probably just wither away and die, same as.
Right.
Which means we have to finish him. Agrahil was the proper, being in that body. So, well, I talked to Fairmont a bit about how he found Hush, about the amber and everything. Still up there, in those caverns under Ravenloft. The amber from an aboleth isn't just stone. It contains memory and thought, how Hush and Agrahil were able to talk and convene in the first place.
So they were always in there?
What?
It's the amber.
What do you mean?
Still, what you're saying is that the portions of Hush we might need might...
I don't know. I don't know if there's any of Hush left in the end.
And
just like the portion of Hush
Agrahil.
would bring back, there would probably be echoes and fragments. But enough echoes and fragments are more whole than one. There's also just the risk that there are fragments of Agrahil left in it too.
Right.
It definitely would be a lot less dangerous than a full-blown aboleth possessing him, but I'm basically asking all of you if you're willing to take the risk to travel up to a long-forgotten chasm beneath the mountains of Ravenloft, which, by the by, pretty close to where Fairmont has found your lovely other problem. And then whether you're willing to fish down into psychic amber to snap a piece, all for the 50-50 chance that you're either going to bring Hush back and give him a life, or put Agrahil back in him and have to put him down again.
I'm not.
The other option is I bring him back. He has however long he has, and you will just be with him while, you know.
Is there a chance we can complete him after?
After what?
If we bring him back on borrowed time.
No, that's what I'm saying, dumbass. I literally said a chain of events. I bring him back and then you go to do a thing. It's one after the other. I'm sorry, I'm very frustrated.
That's me as me
Yes.
going, hey, I thought we were going to go get it first and then bring back those echoes. Might be.
No. Realistically, it wouldn't really matter what order we did it. Probably best to bring him back, that way as soon as you get the piece, you can just fix him. Or break him. It's a really bad way to put it. Either way, like I said already, I'm gonna bring him back. I owe him that much.
What do you think would happen when he ran out of time? Would he blip from existence, or...
What else do you call dying? Whatever he is, echo, memories, soul, I don't know. I don't. This is territory I haven't really tapped on. Ironic, considering I'm one person in 13 different bodies, but, you know. This sort of soul fuckery magic is old. And recently hadn't really seen it. And then, you know, a werewolf slapped himself into dozens of people, and now this. So, I don't know. I don't know what all of the pieces would be anymore. He might just be like your frog, where he talks for a while, and he is that person for a while until he fades away and is just a frog. Except he'll be a hush.
Right. The time limit is better than maybe bringing back something we don't want. Something he wouldn't want. We've been on crazier timelines before.
We
Have you?
have to go up north anyways, don't we?
We do?
Probably.
Do we?
Archibald,
I'm not sure we're ready for that one yet.
No.
Well, you better be, because they're going to run the Aeon engine soon, according to Fairmont. So you are going up north, whether you like it or not. I'm just offering you hush with you or not. Well, I guess you could leave, in which case I would just be absolutely disappointed in all of you, and you lose all of my respect forever. But, you know.
Leaving.
Archibald's already been with them for a month. More than that, we can't just let them keep him.
We can't recklessly throw our lives away either.
Yes.
But the problem is, if they fire up that Aeon engine, if it's anything like what Fairmont said, we're at an even bigger disadvantage.
No, I know. I thought Fairmont was the only one that could turn it on.
I mean, Fairmont had to figure out how to turn it on in the first place. It's reasonable to assume someone else could, given time.
Where is
Especially if
Fairmont?
someone else who was working on it was a prodigy.
Where is Fairmont?
Last I checked, he was getting breakfast.
I think our best shot is to bring him back on a time limit. We can try and anchor him to whatever we got.
We could bring him back and then ask him what he thinks.
Yeah, ask him if he wants to die in 6 days. I think we know what he'll say.
Delilah,
Yeah.
an aboleth's amber. You said it's full of thought, right?
Yes. It's sort of aboleths secrete a mucus. It changes people who touch it. It puts them into sort of a hive mind. It makes them more aboleth-esque. They get sort of moist. Sometimes they get like gills or sort of thing. They just become, sort of adapted to it. And then it links them by the brain. Hush was locked in that amber. After it solidified, all that mucus turns to rock.
Do you think if we found the amber, if we were able to figure out what was Hush and what wasn't, if they're even still separate?
I'll tell you now, if you find Hush's physical body in that amber, it won't change a thing. They were both minds floating in it for a millennia. Regardless of where their physical bodies were inside of it, all of that amber is them. It really just depends on which bit sticks when you give it to Hush.
Right.
I can cock up anti-measures for Agrahil in case he is the version who comes up, but can't make a way to guarantee it.
And I assume none of you are able to come with us.
I could tag along, sure. Fuck it.
Oh!
Not that changes anything.
Makes our odds a bit better.
Of what?
Surviving?
Yeah, but that's not what's important right now. Doesn't change the odds of him coming back anymore.
I suppose, but if we can figure out Hush's psychic signature, then when we get to
You can't separate it. You can't separate it. It's all together. It's mixed. What part of that aren't you understanding?
There's not. There's no way to separate it. It's gonna have to be a roll of the dice.
Ooh, he said the thing!
Damn
He
it!
said the thing!
Delilah points at the camera and says, "You shut the fuck up."
Delilah, I'm sorry! Okay, we've got to try, Twink.
No, we don't have to try. Why, so we can say, yes, we brought him back, but then had to watch him die again? Or kill him ourselves?
All I need from you, all, for this next part, for you to hold hands, sing Kumbaya, and think about Hush, all while standing over this totally not, long-term affecting you magical rune circle.
Huh?
Yeah, no, I'm not doing that.
Twink.
The less of you there are, the harder this gets.
I'm sure me standing there not wanting him to come back will probably not be good either.
Well, you just kind of have to think about him. It doesn't really matter what you think exactly about him.
No, I don't want to be a part of this. I don't like it.
That's fine. I'm not going to force you.
We should have Fairmont here, too.
I'll probably be here in a few minutes. I figured you'd all probably be torn up about it and have a wee bit of a discussion, so told him not to rush it. Probably on his 4th kielbasa by now.
Fourth what?
It's a sausage. Don't worry.
Twink. I get it. Okay.
Do you? Because it seems like you don't.
I understand that there's a risk.
Time girl. Not to interrupt you, but, and I mean this, no offense to you, I just don't think you two are going to agree on that. Frankly, I don't see any reason to keep talking about it. He's not going to help. He's not going to help. You're sure as shit not going to convince him. If you want to hate him for it, but...
Can't hate him for it. Unfortunately, I see where he's coming from. I just disagree.
Alright, well. Everyone, take a moment, breathe, have a cup of tea, calm yourselves. I'm gonna... disassociate to a different body for a minute.
I'll... While we're waiting for Fairmont, I'll step forward to Twink, and I'll quietly... I'm not gonna try and persuade you. I just... Thank you for respecting the person he used to be. I know what you're saying and your perspective is what's right, but I'm just not strong enough.
It's not a race, Dolus. This isn't the only chance we have. But to fuck it up, get that. Yeah. I know.
You're all given tea. Delilah conjures it all up for you. You can sit. There is not a place to sit, so you'll have to stand and have your tea. Like, all of the seating has been removed. There are no walls to lean on because they are all floating. And eventually, Fairmont... Oh, yes. Lotus.
Lotus is just sitting on the ground, and she pulls out the wing trinket that Hush made a while ago. And also pulls out Mars mistletoe and just kind of holds it in her hands as she waits.
Okay. I need all of you now to describe to me some way you calm yourselves in this moment, as you were instructed by Delilah. And how you calm yourself will vary what role you're going to have to make.
All of us?
I mean, if you're not in the circle, no.
There we go. In simplest, Hickory's going to focus on what she knew of Hush, not so much in like exact recall, but just kind of like I hate to say vibe, but that's really the easiest way to put it. It was just like the energy that he held when he walked, when he got excited, when he got like, she's thinking of the good that Hush had to him. The parts to where she, even though she was laughing too, when the sign got there, it was the mischief, the chaos, but also the parts that wanted to see Mom again. You know, those parts that Hickory knows well, just wanting kind of a longing for what was gone.
Okay. Dolus? What's your pre-attempt meditation like?
I'm going to go into the ring and or if I'm able to summon it from the ring without actually bottle respiting Mara's staff.
Yeah, you can just boom.
I'm gonna pull out Mara's staff that I laid in the corner of the room. Hold it not only for purposes of seeing it and thinking fondly on my lost friend, but reassuring myself and giving myself, doing it out of compassion, but also out of a bit of comfort for myself of having a piece of Mara with us, and maybe even though Twink won't be helping, we'll still have that slot filled, I guess to say. Someone else will be helping in his place.
Lotus, what are you doing to relax? Here.
It's basically along the same lines of what she usually does to relax of herself when she uses stillness of mind. Just thinking about Hush and all of the things that they have talked about, all of their experiences together, whether it be the imagery of Hush getting blasted back when he used Kyle, or him throwing the fireball when we fought the troll, I think it was. I don't remember what it was at this point. Back in the by the campfire. The conversations about his mom and his experiences with her and how kind she is. Her thinking about how she wanted to learn more about Hush's mom because it was almost difficult for her to believe that there was a mother figure who could be this nice, who could be this sweet to their child, and wanting to learn more about that, kind of almost like living vicariously through him. And just thinking about all the times that they played fetch and Petrie, and just wanting her best friend back.
Okay. Lotus and Hickory, both of you make insight checks for me.
Okie doke.
Let's make a nature check.
That is a 22.
Also a 22.
Ayo!
Maybe that's good.
Come on, Dole is 22.
I don't necessarily think that I failed, but am I allowed to use the lucky point?
Yeah.
Just 'cause I want the best chance possible.
Hey man, those walls are out. You got the win.
That was better. That was better. Okay, the first one was a 12. The second one was an 18 plus 5 for 23.
Damn
Oh,
it.
so close. So it goes. All right. Fairmont does arrive. He gives quick greetings to everyone and asks if everybody's been caught up on the plan. All right, good. I'll catch everyone up on the Archibald engine stuff when we've got Hush back. Twink, are you really gonna sit this one out?
I don't think it's the right thing to do.
I respect that. Delilah. Well, I wish I had items of his or something he made or something that'd make this a lot easier, but
We
Literally all of us.
all of you pull out your your wood carvings. She's just like, that little bastard and his penchant for giving gifts. All right, fantastic. Put him in the circle. and also accept the fact that you will not see them again. They are going to be incinerated during this process.
It's fine if we bring Hush back. He can make it again.
All right, fantastic. Put them in the circle. Also say goodbye. They're gone. Then, like I said, everybody hold hands. You too, wizard girl. Guys, form a little circle around these runes.
Yeah.
All right. Delilah snaps her fingers, and those lights you put, the lanterns you put, all light up. And from the point of the lantern, the drawing on the rune lights up, almost like when you light like oil on fire, but it's not fire. It's just a gentle, magical glow that arcs out across the shape. None of you recognize the language, actually.
Shit.
Sorry.
It's aberrant. We're bringing Agrihill back.
Yeah, we're bringing specifically Agrihill back. He never left
It's
Delilah. We're just bringing back the rest.
It's abyssal.
Oh, wouldn't that be fucking great? Anyways.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, Delilah starts chanting in a language that, while you don't understand, you guys do sort of recognize this time. It's definitely that old Elvish that you have heard previously from Arlashna. That, like, somewhere between Sylvan and Elvish language. And, as this goes on, the lights in the room kind of start to dim, which is weird because the walls are all open. It should just be the outdoors. But no, there is like a darkness that is slowly creeping in around all of you. Delilah does this chanting. And this is going to go on for a minute or two. The wind starts to sort of kick up. All of you find it strangely harder and harder to hold each other's hands, almost like a force is trying to pull you apart. I need all of you. Constitution saves.
Oh boy. Would it count as concentration?
No!
It was worth a shot. Where's my con? There it is.
My God.
Okay.
Okay. 30-20.
Okay.
18.
Okay.
Also 18.
Ray?
Play rollies with each other.
Why?
Uh,
See who is going to die first.
Hickory. It's all of this
shit.
weight bears down on you, and this sort of darkness creeps in. You feel your hand, a hand that's holding Fairmont's, just slip.
Huh?
And you have just a moment to panic before another hand grabs it. A smaller hand grabs it. And another small hand grabs Fairmont's hand that you slipped out of. Twink joins the circle.
Aw.
The wind gets a bit rougher. Everything gets a bit darker. And Delilah raises a hand up. All of the light that is around you now, for those of you who played Final Fantasy XIV, you know the moment you, spoiler alert, end of Shadowbringers, everything goes dark, everything goes monochrome, and then there's just the one point of light. That sort of moment happens. All of it coalesces just at Delilah's palm. And then she turns her hands into her signature snap, and there is a of magical energy, and there's a flash of white light around all of you. And as it slowly dims, hush.
Aye.
You are blinded by the sunlight. And as you blink it away, you are standing in the middle of a circle of your friends. and Fairmont.
Gonna connect everybody's heads.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hush.
You guys all blink away the light, and sure enough, there's Hush standing in the middle of all of you, looking very nervous.
I immediately am just letting go of everybody's hand and just like basically tackling you, but it like trying to stop myself from shaking and crying.
You like tackle hug him, and you're like, oh, Hush, and like as you're holding him, and you're like, oh, before either of you can do anything, those golden ropes you've seen Delilah summon before just vroom, 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 like every one of his joints, and just yanks him out of your hands. Sorry, kind of have to confirm, you know.
Fair.
Hush, open your mouth. She just shoves something into your mouth. Like, you have no time to read. And then she, like, grabs your... She's like, swallow it, swallow it. It tastes gross. It
Like
tastes
a dog
kind of like
with
black
a pill.
licorice.
Swallows it. He's...
And then she just lets go, and then all of the ropes vanish, and she's like, vroom. All right, everyone can go back to their... reading.
Everyone's just kind of stunned for a second, just like...
Don't worry, if he's not Hush, he'll explode in, like... He's Hush, he's fine.
Okay.
And, like immediately in front of him, he's like, "Are you okay?"
Do I remember?
You remember everything up until the moment you woke up from the amber. Nothing before that. Just like when Agrahil left you in the other timeline. You also remember the other timeline.
Oh.
Do I remember dying?
Oh yeah. The influence of the Aboleth and their timeless existence is on your mind. You firmly remember the whole series of events.
I just wanted to float.
I know, Hush. I'm sorry.
You killed me. Me?
You're you, kid.
No, I'm not. Agrahil possessed Delilah. I was never myself. You changed time. Gray, you changed time. And then I died.
I did what I thought was best. Miscalculation, I guess.
What? How did you know? How did you know he was in me? How did you... He wasn't in me.
Hush, as you come to this realization, more memories sort of reach you. You remember all the times that Agrahil talked as Agrahil.
You all knew. He talked to you. You didn't tell me. None of you told me.
Even if we tried, it wouldn't have worked. I guarantee you at any hint that we were going to reveal the truth to you, he would have just taken over and prevented it. doesn't matter. He was me. At this point, he lets go of you, Lotus. I'm not Hush. I was never him. He died. He died in the amber. What am I?
You're Hush.
Oh.
No. And she kind of gets down to get eye level with him and very gently kind of holds both of his arms. You.
He's shaking.
I know. You are Hush, who loves butterscotch and playing with his really weird frog and cares so much, so happy to see Matthias and Fairmont and Delilah. And you can't have that taken away from you. Maybe the boy who went into the amber is not you. But you, right here, that's you. It's the reason that you are still here. Because you got to make you, Hush.
I know. I somehow know about the other timeline. He said that I was gonna die.
He's right. You're on borrowed time. Probably a week, maybe a little more. We have sort of a plan for that, if you're up for it, but I figured it best to leave it up to you, I think was the group decision.
What do you want to do, Hush? We can help?
Don't know. I don't... What do we have to do?
You gotta go back to Agra Hill's amber. Have to take some. Should be as simple as you holding it, but...
We have to go back to the long dream?
No.
I don't...
You'll stay awake. And the amber will hopefully have fragments of you left, and those fragments of you will fill up all of the missing pieces in you. Or we'll have fragments of him. And you'll go back to like you were.
I'm gonna be like this regardless. I'm not real.
You are real.
I'm gonna
You're
step
right
forward.
here in front of us.
I'm gonna get down on a knee and I'm gonna put a hand on Hush's shoulder. Hush, look me in the eyes. I want you to realize one thing. The fact that you're here right now means that you're real. The fact that you're talking to us, the fact that you have these feelings, the fact that you are able to believe this lie that you're not real means that you're real. You're here right now. There's no Agra Hill in you. This is you.
I am me, but I don't know who me is. I want to find that out. I don't know who Ruckus was.
You don't have to be Ruckus.
I don't, but I want to know if I am like him. Because what I am is just a fabrication of what Ruckus told him. And I know that he didn't tell him much. That Aboleths talk so much, they care only about themselves. I don't even know if me and Ruckus were alike. I don't even know if he liked butterscotch.
None of that matters.
It does!
Why?
Because I don't know who I am.
You're you. You know who you are. You want to be someone else.
I'm not Ruckus, but I'm not Agrahil.
Because you're Hush.
You're Hush. You're this little boy. You have gills. You love butterscotch, and you're my sister's best friend. Damn it! You're you. You're you, Hush.
I want to keep being me. I want to live. I do. I don't want to bring him back. I don't want to hurt anybody again. I don't want to relive that.
We'll do our very best so that you, Hush, can keep moving forwards. And Agrahil never comes back.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You have nothing to apologize for.
I know it's not my fault, but everything I've told you has been a lie, or just not the truth. I wish I knew everything I should know. I'm so appreciative that you guys brought me back.
Hush. Delilah walks a hand on your. All you have to wish for is to float.
What?
Kneels down. We brought you back. You're fine. You're alive. Whatever you are, you're you. So worry about your existential crisis when you are not running on a ticking clock.
If we bring me all the way back, is there a possibility I could still float?
Yeah, I'm gonna need a couple of weeks before I get to pop another one of those spells off, but yeah, sure, no, we can try.
I don't know who my mom was. I believe she was Kalishtar. And this whole time I thought I was part Kalishtar. But this whole time I've been a false quarry. Because this was his existence, but I want to make it mine.
I'm going to step up and I'm going to pull a butterscotch from my bag and I'm going to put it in your hands.
Immediately.
This is your existence, and it will keep being your existence. We'll do everything we can for you.
How did you know that you wouldn't just bring back Agrahel?
Oh, I didn't.
Took a chance.
Thank you, Dolus, Hickory, Alina, Lotus, Delilah, and Twink. And Fairmont.
I was gonna say, I'm like, Fairmont kind of
Runs over and hugs him.
awkwardly shifts on his feet.
Hickory just has a very quiet moment to where anybody who's not within like a few feet can't hear her go, Doc, don't complain. You know that extends to you too.
And Doc, you can hear me. You can talk to me.
Delilah's like, alright, well, so I am now absolutely fucked up for several days. Because that's how the wish spell works, for those of you who didn't know. So I'm gonna go rest. Fairmont, get him all caught up. Let me know when you need backup. After all, I said I could come along, so coming along.
Delilah.
Enemy. Yeah.
He walks up to her, just like head down. And then, as fast as he can, hardest hug he can muster.
Oi, Dad, let me go. No. Bad, she like swats you on the head. Just no.
He's not letting go.
Ah.
Let him have it.
Christ, she fucking floats you off of her, sets you on the ground, like awkwardly pats your head a couple times. She's like, don't ever do that again.
Okay.
And don't ever thank me for something I decided to do. Can totally talk about how amazing I am and how I can bring people back from the dead who aren't even alive, but we'll discuss that later. For now, I'm tired and my wife has the kettle on, so... She just turns and walks into, like, that shattered glass crystalline effect and is gone. All the walls around you guys slowly start to pull back in towards each other, and the roof starts to just slide itself back over. Like, the whole room is just resetting itself quietly around you. Fairmont's like, well, I found the engine.
That's great news.
Yeah. What's up with the engine?
Oh, Martin has it.
We killed Martin. Did he already find...
Oh, you killed Martin?
Well, Delilah killed Martin.
Oh.
But Martin isn't human? Or man?
Oh, yeah, no, I gathered it. Yeah, no. I didn't see him directly. They just talked about him a lot. So no, just like the Starlost cult in general has it. Also, well, I guess I'll just give you all the breakdown while I'm here. He sits down in one of the chairs as it slides itself back in position. And he's like, So, all the missing folk from Tiak, found them too. That cavern where your amber is, Hash. They're using that cave. They're basically a huge dry dock. Building a bunch of ships. Building more of your pet projects, too. Points at Twink.
Yep, of course they are.
I think they only got 2 going on right now. And then, top all that, they probably have your little But Archibald, after talking with all ya,
He was definitely
only
in the cave.
Starloss I...
He was definitely in the cave.
Yeah. Only Starlost I've actually seen wander around there are the one you've talked to me about before with the tattoos. And people talk about the Hound, but haven't seen him, so... From my updates, sounds like you took care of Socrates.
We weren't able to stab him twice. His body wasn't there anymore when we fought. Maybe.
Well, wherever he went after he wasn't dead, it wasn't back there. They hadn't seen him in a minute. Regardless, they're trying their best to crack the engine. Apparently that was Starlost Twink's job before he, met in timely end. You made a good crack of it too, actually. Made it pretty far. Took me like 4 months to get that thing working. I was planning on just setting some dynamite and sinking it down into the water below. It might not destroy it permanently, but it would certainly deny them having it.
Oh, was that what you were going to do before Delilah teleported you?
Yeah, that's why I had the big bundles of dynamite.
Oh. So, does that mean we're going to be on a shorter schedule than before?
Yeah, probably, because I figured they probably only have a few days to crack it, and so I figured I'd just blow it up now. And now they have another day that they wouldn't have had before. It's alright though, I know how to get there.
And now you've got backup.
True, and another Delilah, which will be nuts.
A lot more backup.
Oh yeah. Talk to Matthias about it too. They're gonna send along a whole bunch of folk. It'll be a proper raid, proper siege.
Are we
Haven't had one of those in a long time.
gonna be doing both at the same time?
Or one after the other? I don't know. What do you all think?
I'm on my way to the Amber.
You're
I
not
know-
going alone.
If we destroy the engine, we might disturb the amber.
Oh, trust me, unless you collapse the whole cavern, nothing's disturbing that amber. It's bigger than this castle.
Oh,
Yeah.
great.
I care most about Hush and Archibald. So, as long as we can save them.
Delilah and I could handle the engine then? Realistically, if I could take the engine back without destroying it, so that we had it, I'd like to do that, but... it's a bit riskier than just sinking it down into the water.
How big is the engine?
I don't know. Maybe close to the size of your ship?
Whoa.
Okay, well. So we're not getting that out of there.
Oh no. No, moving it around would take a lot of people in a solid amount of time.
Have a lot of time.
Okay. But the engine, you said it's capable of making things that weren't of this world in terms of power or logic. Did you happen to find out what they might be trying to make with it?
Not a damn clue.
it's a challenge because you're right. Being able to take it would be easier, or being able to destroy it even better than that. If we sink it, all we do is delay the inevitable. They'll find another way to it.
I don't know if I'll be able to destroy it permanently, but damage it,
You'll have
bury it
Delilah.
again. Yeah, Delilah might be able to destroy it, actually. Oh, if I'd had a Delilah when we fought Vecnost, things might have gone different.
Is Delilah stronger than all the people that went with you?
I'd say she's necessarily stronger than me. I think there's not exactly a linear scale. I think that in my prime, I was plenty capable. It was just stop looking at me like that. Stop looking at me like that when you're being Delilah.
Is she stronger than Raiden?
In all of our prime, I think we were all about as strong as Delilah, but that was some time ago. We're not all wizards who focus entirely on blowing shit up.
That's crazy.
Are you still as strong?
My strength was in my mind, Twink.
Do you think that you could still be as strong now?
Certainly put up a hell of a fight. Also, now I can do this, and he just summons like a shotgun out of his metal arms.
Wait, when could you do that?
Fold back in. Where do you think I kept that?
That's fair. That's a good point. Speaking of which, you said that my weapons, you said they were like your arm.
All right. Yeah, I haven't really had time to look into that.
It's a fair point.
I've been eating rats in caves.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll be traveling. Is it possible for you to?
Yeah!
Oh, I also got all the materials for the thing that I asked you to make.
Perfect. I can make that today.
Oh,
What is he
okay.
making?
You'll see.
It's a surprise.
Oh, okay.
All right, it's fine.
Rowena, maybe?
Anyways,
So, I plan out with Matthias and Delilah troop sort of things. You all gear yourselves up, set out for the north tomorrow, and get Hush's soul back. Get the engine, get Archibald. Maybe kill another Starlost. Sounds like a hell of a time.
we'll certainly try.
I'm gonna go for a walk.
Okay.
Stay safe.
Lotus, if I can still do it, can we go play with Petrie? I don't know if my magic is right or not, but I'll try.
We can start small. Just don't push yourself, please. Here, have another butterscotch.
As everyone kind of disperses, Hickory turns to Fairmont and is like, what if we let the Gunch eat it?
What?
So there's this dog thing, and it can like unhinge its jaw, and it seems to be a bottomless pit. Everyone's terrified of it, even Delilah. What if it eats the engine?
I have a modicum of concern about you, Hickory.
I turned back time like 12 hours ago. I'm still not quite right in the head.
You know that's true. I'll ask Delilah about the Gunch. That weird shit might fucking work. Who knows?
As we're just dispersing as well.
I'm gonna go talk to Twink. Yeah,
What was that, Kay?
Oh, okay. I think you muted
sorry.
yourself.
Sorry.
Oh,
Someone knocked on my door as I
got
was
it.
saying that. I was just saying, as we're dispersing, I'll like before Twink completely separates, just Twink, do you rather be alone.
Say whatever you want to say, Dolus.
No, I didn't have anything like that. I just want to make sure that, you're alright.
You should be more concerned about Hush. Considering we just brought him back, gave him every reason to believe he's not a person, every thought to believe that he could harm us at any moment. Every reason to wonder whether he should live.
Doesn't mean that I can't be concerned for you as well.
I expressed my concerns, and we forewent them. I think now, what you could do for me, maybe don't yell at the kid for being confused.
Yeah. Okay. I'll let him go.
You guys split up. Lena trailing after Dolus wherever he's off to. The kids off to play fetch with Petrie, who is summoned. Who is still that fucking gross thing.
Doesn't hurt me to summon him or anything like that.
No. Twink walks off to think. Fairmont walks off to catch up to him and talk. Somewhere elsewhere, a clock that was at 9 inches its way to 8. Hush only has so much time.
Dog, you can't do that.
And that's where we're going to end our session today.
You can't say that. I'm a time cleric. I was like, what the fuck do you mean a clock?
Thank you all for watching Starlost Seas. I think this is a pretty great session. Hush isn't dead anymore.
Alive!
Good job. For now.
But at what cost?
But at what
We'll
cost?
find out in future
We'll find out
episodes of
next
Starloss.
Come check out every week except for the first Monday of the month. Mondays at 5 p.m. Eastern. If you want to find out more, you can check us out. Oh my god, Lacey.
Lacey wants to say bye.
She's excited. She's excited.
She's so excited to say bye.
Hush is back!
Hush is back! Woo!
For a limited time only.
Check out our Kofi where you can support us so that we can keep doing what we're doing. You can look at it in the description below, or if you're on Spotify, you can find us in the link top right, the top of our playlist. Spotify! Woo!
Woo, Spotify!
Everybody, we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Subscribe.